Uh, Next in my Mike Marathon. Just see.
What was your grandpa's name? Jim? All right, so this piece, all right, it's gonna be heavy. Okay, it's gonna be heavy. I don't want you to be like, Jim, his grandpa recently passed away, so that's gonna be a part of what's gonna be happening. Anything else? Idea? So how about just death in general? What else? Staying strong, death, birth, birth and death. All right. Wow. Okay. Here we go. All right. So we got birth, death, grandpa, staying strong, staying strong. I'm so thankful that I had a mom, because some people, they never had a mom, but they learned how to get a mom in the world they lived. Now there's a boy and there's a girl and there was birth. There's a woman's side and a man's side for what it's worth. I know that deep inside of me I connect with both, because I am the parasite and I'm the host. When you die, you live. When you live, you learn to die. When you're born, you actually die. It's funny how when we are born, we need somebody to take care of us. Just like when we get old, we need somebody to take care of us. And in between, we needed something like a therapist. And in between, we feel emotions, get embarrassed with the things that the society put on us. And it's all imperative, because I know, because there's nothing that compares to it. There's something special about staying strong, realizing that you'll always get beyond anything as long as you're together. And even if you learn how to adapt to all the weather, then we can always be here forever, 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 ever, forever, ever. Yeah, as long as you understand that it was never, and as long as we know that we are all connected to one being of a sun that's up there and it shivers. And I know it from every spring, fall, and summer and winter. I can feel my mother and father for what I give them. And so it's death, the way that we die. We try to cope with something that we learned is look in the eyes. I don't know what it's like. I know what it's like to lose a grandpa to Alzheimer's. He drank a little booze, but mostly he had something in his brain that obstructed the reality of himself. And I know when I watched him try to function, and it made me sad. It made me really mad. It made me feel like a little kid who was glad to have a grandpa and a mom and a family, and not take them for granted, and know that I'm a human being walking on this planet. And all I have to do is look to understand it. And all I have to do is not try to overstand it. Stand here, look at the mountain in the mirror, and understand that I am strong like a rock. I know because I'm God. I know that we're beyond. I know that we're the king. We learn to be the pawn, but we're not. It's not natural to be inside of a habitat that's habitual, because you know that you're a criminal to the ritual. Rabbit trap, that is that. This is this. My brain's a trap, and I know what religion is. I know what a vision is. It's attaching to somebody you love, somebody that you learn to hug, like your grandpa or your friend. His name was Michael Larson. He was something that makes my heart spin. I know, because I love him still, and he's here right now. The way that I look at it, he still makes me smile. Sometimes he makes me cry. Sometimes he makes me friends. Sometimes I say forgive me. Sometimes we make amends. Even though he's gone, he's actually really not gone. Neither is anybody that you've ever lost or anyone that you've ever loved. They're here. So give it up for your ancestors and all the tears and the blood. Put your hands up for the love. Put your hands up.
All right, right there. I got to stop. I mean, I hope you're following along. You should go back and listen to this. If you're not, I'm not going to do that part. I'm going to talk about the same thing Ange and I learned. Hear the crowd. What are you? You're faking it for love and family? Or they're screaming because it resonates with them? Because when I turn on the mainstream media, they spend every day trying to destroy it. And I don't think it can be both. Okay. It can be both in the sense that it matters to everybody. Then there's controlled propaganda against it. So it's probably way more important, you know. I mean, if it has its own detractors and its own destroyers and its own haters, it has to be pretty real. Anything real stands up to hatred, to satire, to comedy, to drama, tragedy. It is the backbone of those things. So maybe what I hear and what I see with my own eyes, and as I stretch across borders and around the globe, even in the smallest, tiniest ways, a couple hundred people, they all agree with this idea. I know there's ones that don't. They're not here. They're not amongst us. They're in their own bubbles where they can destroy everything that's sacred so they can shine as some plugged-in individual in a technocratic warlord's dream of plugging us into the matrix finally. Bam! Go get some. I'm going with these folks. I don't have to see the crowd to hear it in their voice. They resonate with what this man is saying, and it's crystal clear to them. They hear it. They instantly responded to it.
Friends, sometimes I say forgive me, sometimes we make amends. Even though he's gone, he's actually really not gone. Neither is anybody that you've ever lost or anyone that you've ever loved. They're here.
Yeah, so the crowd goes crazy. You got that bass hit there that kind of muffles it, but if you can't tell on your phones or whatever, I'm telling you, it is there. They instantly responded to that, and there's one of your actual answers. Instead of letting people tell you what to think, make an observation. I'm going to bet good money there was no applause sign or no triggering psycho interactive device to make them do it. I believe that was an example of free will, which people want to try to constrain and put into categories, but you should just observe it every now and then. Aren't there answers everywhere? Answers everywhere we look, but maybe we're unwilling to see them. But because they're simple, they're this crowd instantly responding.
There is anybody that you've ever lost or anyone that you've ever loved. They're here. So give it up for your ancestors and all the tears and the blood. Put your hands up for the love. Put your hands up for the love.
Now, because I do enough Harry Mack, I'm not going to lie. He gets that response and then he feeds on it and he gets them to participate farther. So then the people that didn't resonate, they become involved and everyone's involved. But what was the catalyst to get the entire crowd pumped up at that moment outside of his fat-ass freestyle? Well, it was a resonating idea that your loved ones aren't gone. They're still with you. Right there.
That all of us feel when we stand and look up above at the stars, at the dirt, at the stars, at the dirt, at the stars, at the dirt, from the death to the birth, from the stars to the dirt, from my death to my birth, from the stars to my dirt. Missoula, thank you.
Fire. Yeah, no kidding. All right, we're gonna leave it at that. Wow. Oh wait, hold on. There, we'll leave it at the 420 mark for a second. Can't all be depressing. I got to cut some of that with herbal therapy. Otherwise, it'd be like. Why? Why? Well, because those people were important to me, and then everything that didn't matter, I don't ever get a chance to do. So then whether we admit it or not, we deal with the regret, the loss. It's from everybody. This is why people who decide they can't do it and do themselves in, leave so much damage and wreckage. You didn't escape. You just spread the misery to everybody else. Right? Made it their problem. Instead of asking them for help, you just dumped it in their lap. That's an unfortunate truth, too. But that's another whole subject. Christoph Crane, Death and Birth Freestyle. Wow. Heavy, heavy feels. Someone's on a roll today.